everyone. Good afternoon. I hope you guys are having a fantastic time at Data Fest so far. So my name is Joy Victor. I'm a data analyst at Data Regex, where I'm currently leading the data visualization efforts for the AI network project in Atlanta. I also support the Rebel Tech newsletter and the Black Women in Data community. You would always catch me listening to a good podcast. I'm a huge fan of I Said What I Said. I also like thrillers and anime. If you don't watch anime, please stand up and go outside. Thank you very much. Next slide, please. Yes. So we're all here because of a common enemy, our arch nemesis, regular expressions. I don't know how strong all of you are here, but personally, regular expressions have made me cry. Like a hard girl like me, I was shedding tears. So I'll tell you the story. What happened was, they gave me a project at work. This is what you are supposed to do. And as the queen of procrastination that I am, I said, don't worry, it's not on Friday, we'll submit it. I'll start it on Thursday. I opened my laptop on Thursday. I was like, When I saw it, I was like, Temi, Bami. My village power finally found me. Because I didn't understand what was going on. The data set looked weird. Everything was just absolutely strange. And I started calling my friends. Look at the clowns. They are listening to me here. They did not help me. They said they were busy. And obviously I understood because my lack of planning does not suddenly become their emergency. So I had to figure it out on my own. I went to Stack Overflow. Stack Overflowing was not giving what it was supposed to give. And I was like, you know what? Why don't we just learn this thing? I might as well do it because I'm stuck here now. And that's how I started learning about regular expressions. So after the project, I learned 2 lessons. Number 1, don't procrastinate. But if I'm going to be honest, all of us keep learning this lesson every same week. I will not procrastinate, and you still procrastinate. But me, I'm trying to be a better person, okay? So don't judge me. Then the second thing I also learned was that regular expressions are not as crazy as everybody sees them. So that is what I would like to do today. I would like to explain what regular expressions are today. And next slide, please.
The first 2 customers, four customers have interest in.
So what is regex or regular expression? For some of you who are absolutely new to this, regular expressions are basically just a sequence of characters that specifies a search pattern in any given string. So if you've ever used regex here, please just wave your hand. Let me see. Oh, nice. Awesome. So can you tell us what you used regex for?
A graph is like an empty.
Okay, never. Sorry. If you've ever used regex, you've used it for something, can I just see your hand, please?
And it gives you an
okay, nice. Awesome. So what did you use it for?
Draw, and
sorry?
You get just
contact info sorting. Fantastic.
Now, next thing is that I mentioned.
Who did that?
Right?
People are so weird. She said that they added phone numbers and emails together. Why? What about you?
Then you put the entity name.
Data cleaning with text data. Thank you so much. So these are scenarios where you can use regular expressions. And I'm glad a couple of you have already used regular expressions. So we'll start from the basics. Next slide.
Sharon here,
and the next.
Right? And then we could use the
the first character is the backslash. So the backslash is basically the first character that is used to introduce basic commands or other characters in regular expressions. And it's also used as a special character. So when you want to bring out special characters like question marks and percentage signs or plus signs, you also use the backslash. Then there's the full stop. The full stop is also called any character or a wildcard. When you put the full stop, it brings out everything. Then the slash small letter d means digits. Then the slash uppercase letter D means not a digit. So when you see lowercase and uppercase, it's just like word and opposite. So digit, not a digit. Small letter W, word character, capital letter W, not a word character.
Next have each row.
Small letter S means white space. So white space could be just a space bar or a tab. Then capital letter S, backslash and capital letter S is not a white space. Slash, capital letter B is used to match a specified character. And the caret is used at the beginning of a string, while the $sign is used at the end of a string. Next slide. So next is groupings. When you see the square bracket, whatever is in the square bracket, I want you to give me exactly that. That's basically the meaning of that command. Then when you use the caret sign inside the square bracket, it means give me everything except what is inside the bracket. Then the pipe, which is also like the straight line, just simply means either or. Like if you don't have this, give me the other one. Then the regular brackets or the parentheses mean capturing group. That means give me this group of people or this group of letters. That's what it basically means. The next, and quantifiers. 0 is, the asterisk sign means I want 0 or more. When I use the asterisk sign, I either want no boys to come out or I want all the boys here to come out. There's like literally no limit. Then with plus sign, I either want 1 or more females to come out. Then the question mark means I either want 0 or I want 1. Then with the curly bracket, it means you're specifying the exact number of characters that you want. With the curly bracket as well, you can also have minimum and maximum. So you can show a range of characters. Maybe I want 2 to 4 characters, or I want 1 to 9 characters. So the next step is for all of us to breathe. So let's do a small meditation. Breathe in. Out. Thank you. So I know that I said a lot of things really fast, all at once, but there's a method to all of this madness. So next slide, please. So if you're with your laptop, you can just quickly go to this link, or if you're with your phone, I want you to scan this QR code quickly, please. So it will lead you to a Google Colab notebook where we're going to practice everything I just explained, because I want you to actually see physically what is going on.
Each vector represents a row. So we have this like this. We have 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0.
Oh, sorry, you're not done. Sorry, please scan it too. Yes. Please, I need us to do this quickly because there isn't a lot of time. Thank you.
0 and 4. Continuously till the last, I think we have 102 rows here. Then you go again to the second person, 1 and 0, 1 and 2, up to the end. So each person will have a metric.
So how many of you have it on your devices? If I have like a couple of people, can just...
Length of the data frame.
If you can't scan the QR code, still use the link. If you are far off, just still use the link. It will take you to the same place.
Themselves, because they have a stronger relationship with myself is 1, right? First person to the second person. So this is going to be our weight value. Remember when we're drawing edges?
Please, people here, if you've gotten to the link, can you just like wave, please? Okay, awesome. What about here? Thank you. Thank you. I think we have a good number of people.
Now we are going to use a for loop. So that we are connecting the node of each.
So now we're here.
We're using the
right.
node ID
yes,
as
it is.
customer name. Remember we use Esther, right? Then the label are the customer ID. Is it clear? Is it clear? I've lost everyone. No, just do me.
Wait, where's I give?
Is it interesting? Is it boring? It's boring. Okay. Alright, thank you. Okay. So now remember when we did for Esther, Adam.
No, it's not. I bring it.
So we had 3.
You can just help me ask him. I think
right? So now this one is just random.
I think that's what
each customer ID. There are no relationships. These are just nodes. Alright. Next thing is that we're going to draw lines called the edges.
Okay, so we will work on making this bigger in a second, but if you have it on your phone, it will work just as fine. So the first thing you do is to run the first cell. The first cell is import pandas as PD and import regex as RE. Please don't import pandas as Pasuma. Thank you. Import pandas as PD, import regex as RE, please.
Just do nx.drawg. If you want to put the label, like the name of the person or the ID, just put with labels equals to true. So now you can see this, right? Show some bunch. And then you wonder why 70.
Can you even see what's this?
No,
And those are the back seeing.
that's because if you scroll down a little and you investigate, you see that customer 7 has no interest, no identified interest.
Okay, thank you.
Drop that.
No,
After dropping
better.
that, if we rerun everything, we're going to see this.
So can we all see it now? Thank you.
Now, looks beautiful, right? So now, people here are really clustered, but then customers like cut 8.
So the next cell is basically just random characters, right? But I just put my name because.
The communities that exist here.
So now we're just going to test out every single character that I explained previously. So if you run this cell,
what products is each customer currently using the most, right? And then based on that,
you can see that inside here, this is the regex pattern that we're using, this full stop here. So now, when I said previously, the full stop means any character, like it brings out everything. So when we use the full stop, what happens is we get all the characters inside here, we get them printed out in a list, every single thing. So now let's try something else. Put
majority of people in this.
So we'll try to print out every word character, just words now.
Right. Now, alternatively, what we could also do is that if everybody in this circle is making use of so many products, but they're not making use of some other products, then we could recommend those other products that they're not making use of to them. That could be another marketing trial and see adoption rates. All right.
Okay. So with small letter D, and that represents digits, you see that it brings out only the digits, just the numbers. So now the next is we wanted to bring out word characters. So word characters basically brings out everything that you can find besides special characters. So now let's do W again. So you see, it brings out everything except the special characters. So now there's $, percentage sign, there's a space here. You see, it doesn't bring out the space. It doesn't bring out the comma, the full stop, doesn't bring it out. So now, I also explained that the capital letter of something is basically the what?
Okay, sorry.
The opposite, thank you very much, the opposite. So let's use capital letter W now, you see.
Please go ahead.
See, it brings out all the other characters that it didn't bring out previously. So you can now see the plus sign, $, percentage, all of that. So now if we want to bring out special characters, just like, let's say, one particular special character, so you just put the / and let's use percentage sign.
So I wanted to know, like, how do you choose the best layout for visualizing notes?
So you see, with the / and the percentage sign, it brings out just the percentage sign. So if we wanted to bring out white space, this is this white space here, what do we do? Anybody in the audience? Wanted to bring out just white space. There's a character for white space, and I explained it previously. Who can remember? Small s, thank you. Small letter S, please.
Yes, stop. Yes. So you use.
And you see it brings out the white space.
Spring layout.
So this is like the basic understanding of what regular expressions are, what they do. If you have it on your phone, you can also like edit it. Just make magic, whatever you feel like. Sorry?
Best layout.
Right. So just here.
Quite a number of methods.
Can you go back to
right? So all you need to do is just.
And just ask somebody here for the link. And they'll just.
There's a different way to add.
So you see that place where you see R and there's a space inside, there's a full stop inside. Just keep changing it.
But I personally prefer.
Okay, so next we're going to data frames.
I just
So as a data analyst, or for the people that gave examples previously, you had examples of where and how they used data and where and how they needed to use regular expressions. So now with regular expressions, you most likely use them in a data frame. So now we want to actually practice it and see what it would look like in a real world scenario. So now we're collecting information from people for a survey. And you know how human beings are. Like she said, place where they're supposed to put phone number, you are putting email. Why?
that could be the possible outlier.
And people are just like generally like that, right? So this is your responsibility now as the data analyst. All the information you've collected, whether good or bad, is your responsibility to clean it and make sense of it. So now that's all we're going to do. So this line of code here,
So remember when we're talking about
what this does basically is it's creating a data frame with different people's names. My name is there, and their names of other random people here. If your name is here, please speak now or forever you may hold your peace.
So each
Okay, good.
person
Nobody's name is here.
customer
So just scroll up.
similarity score. So that is what we're
So now what we did here basically was just, we wanted to collect the person's title and their first name in data frames. So now everybody has different titles. Some prefer to be called Mr., Mrs., Doctor. If I have a doctorate degree, like nobody's going to hear what, like absolutely nobody. Please, let's do practical. See my name, Dr. Joy. Oh, it's sweet. Anyways, so now the regex pattern for this, if you remember, I said this pipe means what? Or, thank you. It means or. So what we're saying here basically is, if you see Mr. or Miss, or the alternative spelling of Miss, or Mrs., or Doctor, or Alhaji, or Sister, put it in a group. These brackets that you see here.
you know they are talking about here is each row. Abi?
Okay? Then this /s plus is for what?
So now
Thank you! It's for space. And the reason why we put space plus is because, again, human beings, so people will go and put more than one space. Who sent them? Nobody.
right. So if you have
Then this is also another group. When you see brackets, it represents group. And what we're doing is basically, the thing inside the group, give it to me. The one that is not inside the group, I don't need it.
that question,
So this /s here, plus, means I don't need this one. Don't give it to me. Keep it. The ones in the bracket means I need them. So whatever this person's title is, Miss, Mr. Alhaji, whatever, give it to me, I want it. Then this
that's a very good
/w plus means what?
so now the
Characters. Thank you. And the reason why we're using plus is because we want one or more characters. If the person does not put anything in their name, that means it's going to leave it blank. But then we want it. So what do we want now? Just two things. Their title. We don't want the space, and
right? That's the recommended system as well.
their first name. Thank you.
Does not make use of just you. It makes use of a community. What community do you belong to?
So now this here, this dot string extract pattern, basically is just meaning that the pattern here, I usually like using this R, so it explains the pattern that this is a raw string. Sometimes you might have issues and it might not understand that it's a raw string. So for safety measures, usually put R in front of your pattern. So you declare your pattern, and then this df and this square bracket here is just saying that I want you to create a new column. Because if you remember before, when we created it, we did not have title and first name as columns. So all this does is it creates the columns, two columns for us. And it picks the information from here, which is the full name column. This string.extract pattern is a function in pandas that makes you collect the groups. Remember? Yeah. So the same thing with regular expression. If it works, please repeat after me. If it works, don't touch it. If it works, don't touch it. Thank you. So you can write your regular expression patterns anyhow you like. You can write it your way, I can write it my way, and it will still give us the same result. And if it works, thank you.
the outcome of it.
So now this is the same thing, but we just use different regex patterns. So capital letter A to Z in square brackets simply means give me all characters from letter A to letter Z that are capital,
To identify
uppercase. Then the one in small letters means give me letters A to Z, small letters.
right. What
Then
are
we have the S as well for multiple S. For here there's a star sign. Before it was plus, now it's star. But does it work?
the percentage of usage
Thank you.
in that group?
Then same thing here, A to Z for all capital letters and small letter A to Z for all smaller case letters. We don't have more than 26 alphabets, so this would always work as well. The same thing, gives you the same result, does the same thing, just different ways of writing it.
Alternatively, I could recommend other products that the business has, which this community.
Okay, run this one too.
So it depends on what
Okay,
the
sure.
priority of your project is.
So the next one is, now we don't just want to collect first name and second name. We want to collect the first name, the second name, and their what? Last name. So the same thing we did the first time, we'll just do it a third time. So the first time we had two groups. The first group was title, and the second group was first name. In this second one, what we have is three groups this time around. So you see an extra space here and extra characters here. So this is just the third group. And like I explained before, anywhere you see brackets like this, it means a group. Give me that group. Anyone that is not inside the group, I don't want it. That's basically what it is. Then same thing here, you just declare the name of the columns, title, first name, second name, and then you extract it using this particular function in Pandas. Is everything clear so far? Is this making sense? Please, if it's not, let me pack my bag and go and sit down, please. Okay, thank you.
These are the products
The next one.
that the community are not using. And then these are
The next, we're going to phone numbers.
So last question you could
And now this survey that we're collecting,
does it mean
everybody has different phone numbers. For the people around us that have jackpot and just came as VIPs for this event, they are not using +234 like us and Tinubu. You get? So
then you can
there are different numbers in front that shows their country code. So +234, +72, +92, +001, and the last one is +5. You can just drop it down a bit.
maybe during KYC or
No. Just
what are your topics?
yes, it's good like this.
These are questions you could
So then the last one is +5.
right?
But if you notice, the zip codes are not the same amount. Sorry, the country codes. Some have 3, some have only 1, some have 2. So how do we do it? So when you're looking at regex patterns, what you try to do is, what is common among these things? And who can please tell me anything that they find common among all these numbers? Plus and hyphen. Thank you. Those are the two things that are common. So if we're going to extract groups, we'll extract groups based on these two things, which is the plus sign and the hyphen. Very good. So now, this is just creating a data frame for the numbers. This is not the main regular expression. Please, I need you to run this.
Yeah, community groups.
No, you run it. If not, the other one will go there. Run them. Run this up. If you're with your phone, you can just be doing this along with me. You don't have to wait until I'm done. Then the second one.
Do you want to explain to him?
All of it.
Oh, okay. But
Thank you. So now, what happens here? In this first, you can see the bracket, group. What do we want? We want the plus sign. And remember, the plus sign is a special character, so we can't just write plus sign. So we have to put what in front of the plus sign? Thank you. So put the backslash and the plus sign. Then the next thing is, we want all the numbers after the plus sign. Then the next thing that is common again is the hyphen.
the ID that he wants.
Now, again, the hyphen is not a regular character. It's a special character. So we have to put the backslash and hyphen. And the reason why it's outside the group is because of what? Can anybody tell me? Thank you. We don't need it. If it's outside the group, we do not need it. So immediately you've passed. That's what this regex pattern means. It means give us anything that has plus, put it in a group. All the numbers that have plus, put it in a group. The next thing you will see is a hyphen. You see that hyphen? We don't want it. But there's something after the hyphen, which are other numbers. We want the numbers after the hyphen. So give it to us. That means we put it in a group. So that's just what this means here, basically. If you're looking at it, it looks like hieroglyphics, all those Egyptian writing and stuff. But now it's starting to make sense, right? The people at the back, is it making sense? Oh, thank you. So you run it, and it gives us the same thing, 2 columns, one with the zip code, one with the phone number, and it's coming out from this main column of phone number. So next.
From the database.
Wow. Okay, we'll just do this quickly. Shoot. I'll just try to do this as quickly as possible. So next is we have still the same thing, but a different way of doing it. Like if you remember with letters, we had capital letter A to Z, and we also had small letter A to Z, which represents all alphabets. So with numbers, we have something similar too. So numbers, what we have is 0 to 9, and represents all positive integers. So just scroll up. We'll just have to wrap this up quickly. So this is creating a data frame for address. We've done names, we've done phone numbers, now address. So this is just creating the data frame. And move up. Yes, great. So now this is showing none, which is not a number. That means it does not recognize all these patterns that we did here. There's a reason for it. Something is missing. So when we did the numbers, what did we do? We identified things that are unique amongst all of them, which is the plus sign and the hyphen, right? So now there is something in this, among all these house addresses, that is common to all of them, but it's not here. Who can identify it so that we can make this correct quickly? Comma. Thank you. So how do we write the comma? Where do we put it? Yes, that's the... So that's... How do we write that? After what? This one here or this one here? The second S. Okay, so what do we write? Escape, comma, plus. But there's already like escape here, which is the space bar here. But somebody's saying something correct. Let me just give you the hints because we're out of time. You said comma, correct. But how do we represent comma here now? Because comma is a special character. Slash, comma, thank you. So let's put slash, comma now. So run it, please. You didn't run the first one, the one above it. And run it again. So you see, it works. So clap for yourself. This was a nice collaborative effort, and it shows that you're gradually like getting a hang of it. So the thing with regular expressions is that it takes time for you to learn this. And the more you keep practicing, the better you get. Just go back to that. 3, 4, this way. So remember the project I told you guys about that made me cry? Very good. When I tried analyzing the data the first time, this was the gibberish that came out.
And then once you know your sessions, you can come back to me hall.
Okay. So this was the gibberish that came out, basically. Does any of this make sense? So next slide. So by the time I used regular expressions, this was what I could come up with. I came up with a word cloud that had like relevant information telling me what this person usually talks about and what is common in this word cloud. So for cheat sheets, there's so many cheat sheets on regular expressions, and the more you keep practicing, the more you know. Then these are resources that you can easily check out. No, just take a picture of this. This is the most important thing you need. I can't. I am sorry. So I also have resources there. You can take a picture of the resources and use the resources whenever you need them. Sorry. And thank you so much to our sponsors for sponsoring the event. We're already out of time, so I can't take questions, sorry. But if you want to meet me personally and ask your questions, I'll be more than happy to help you. The link still works for the Google Colab, so you can always check it out and refresh it at whatever time. My name still remains Joy Victor. Thank you so much for listening. You guys were a fantastic audience. Thank you.